helps to aim. Boop! Goodbye! Alright everybody, hello and welcome back to another episode on Satisfactory with me, Spacefish, and welcome back to a location quite close to our megafactory. I have found a thing. I was going to go prepare for today's recording, and then I just stumbled upon this. Caterium. Not sure what this is doing here. Also not sure whether there's a proper node beneath this, or it's just a rock with a bit of Caterium on it. But quite an interesting reminder, indeed, that we do need to go and get ourselves some Caterium, because I am quite sure we have not done so just yet. And I'm quite sure that we do want some Caterium for some of the more advanced bits, including hopefully Blade Runners. So we shall be looking at that soon. That was an interesting particle effect. But for today, we are going to start out with a different thing, because as you may remember, we did get some sulfur over to our base a few episodes ago, and we are out here making a lot of black powder for ourselves. And that black powder is going to hopefully lead to some more stuff. I will say, feeling like the point of view of my character has somehow lowered, but maybe I'm just making things up. Feels like I'm permanently crouch walking. Anyways, slightly distracted. So, on the one hand side, this will lead to us being able to get some more advanced fuels, which should be cool. But we're lacking the hard drives for that at the minute. We need to go get some research pods. That said, there are also some other bits, such as smokeless powder first to unlock, which will then again lead to some more things, such as even a rifle, explosive rebar, different kind of Nobelisks, and all kinds of other stuff. Also, we could go and get this, which we will get, and that will go and get us Nobelisks and Nobelisk detonators, which I really want. And we can expand our tool belt. In fact, we will expand our tool belt right now, because that is always lovely. Then we will already have the slot to put the Nobelisk in. So, we're going to start out with that. Re-entry of the freighter has also happened, so we can go for the expanded power infrastructure soon, which we will also tackle, because that would be very helpful indeed in getting our power across the place a bit quicker. And then hopefully we will end up opening up some of the drop pods eventually as well. So let's start with this one. Get another hand equipment slot. That's always good. That's always lovely indeed. We will go do the Nobelisk, for which I will need to get a few more steel pipes. And we will do the smokeless power as well, which I guess we will then also need to go and... Quadrimensional gate... yeah, okay. Anyways, but yeah, so we will then also go and get ourselves the smokeless powder, so we can start working away at the rifle among some other bits eventually. Don't think that'll be the hugest priority for the time being, because I would honestly like to focus a little bit also on Caterium, and then optimizing away for phase 3 of Project Assembly, because, well, there's definitely a lot for us to take care of there. Nevertheless, I mean, that's something that we can easily research, so we may as well do it. I'm going to go grab us some of those steel pipes too, and then I will be back with you at the MAM in just a minute. Alright, we are back at the MAM. We have the resources in question, so let's go and start researching away. Why do I... okay, sometimes not have a research button, not quite sure, but there goes the Nobelisk research, so that is lovely. And we will also go and research this bit.
Detonator and basic Nobelisk unlocked. Most obstacles can be cleared with the basic Nobelisk.
Yes, and the Nobelisk should very much help us.
Material and is able to destroy small boulders and porous rock.
Yes.
Deployed Nobelisks will stick to the first solid surface they touch and queue on the universal detonator. If you do not recall the order in which you deployed the Nobelisks, remember Fixit does not take responsibility for any harm caused due to human error, even if those errors are genetic.
Yep. So, there's the Nobelisk, and now, yeah, more ADA action.
Research completed.
While we craft, I guess.
Smokeless powder recipe unlocked. New sulfur research available for the development of high-end weaponry and ammunition.
Yes, and who does not love some high-end weaponry and ammunition? So, I will just get myself a quick stack of Nobelisks, so I'm not sure if it's 50 or what. Yeah, kind of thought so. Well, that's, well, we're just going to go use up the gunpowder instead then. So we're going to go get a quick Nobelisk, and we're going to go and get the Nobelisk detonator, so we can also put that into our hand then. And then that should be good for the time being. Obviously, we're not going to have that many rocks to blow up, but from experience, Nobelisks are also not too bad for just blowing up enemies. So, yeah, happy to have a little bit more of that. Now, we want an object scanner. We need screws. I think I may have a very rudimentary screw production over here. Maybe? No? No. But we have iron rod production. So I shall just grab a few of those, and then we just plonk together a few screws. That is surely a little bit faster than just running back to the factory and doing it that way. So we'll go and make the Nobelisk detonator, and then, well, what do we do then? Maybe we have a quick look at the Caterium research tree, because I don't really quite recall where we are there. I do see that we technically have quickwire, so we must have some Caterium ingot, but I'm not sure we ever got a Caterium production going. We'll have a look at it in a sec. So, firstly this. Let us go make the object scanner. We already have one, but we need a second one, of course, for the Nobelisk detonator, and then we shall make that. And then we can blow up things, which is going to be lovely, because we already do have some resource nodes, as far as I remember, that were hidden under below upperable things. And I think that's where I placed these explosive marks, so that's already 3 right there. Don't think I know what lies beneath them, so we'll definitely have to check. But, yes, that shall be something for us to take care of. And then there is this, which I think is a drop pod, but I'm not sure why I didn't open it. I guess I needed a specific resource. Good thing I don't recall which one it is, but also good thing that we usually record these sort of things, so hopefully should be find outable. Now, what is... there we go. Let's have a quick scan for Caterium. Do I see it on the map when I scan it? Don't think I ever really checked. Yes, I do. Okay, we've got Caterium here and here, yeah, as far as I remember. And I don't think we really tapped any of these, to be honest. Like, I know that over there we have got coal in some spots anyways, which we should also mark, by the way, that we are mining coal there. And I'm quite sure that we never had anything over there. Or maybe... I'm sure I remember a playthrough where I got Caterium from over there. Hello, doggo. Oh, doggos. There's not just one of you in here. Ah, suspicious. Anyways, we have to check that out. Now, in terms of where we are with the Caterium research, I would love to know, because I think that's something we should really have a look at. Caterium electronics, zipline, quickwire, done rebar. Okay, but I guess we don't have blade runners yet, and I don't really know where they are. We must have Caterium, surely, right? Because that's a lot of Caterium, well, quickwire. There's some things in here that we will want. I don't quite remember what these were for, but they were used for production to a degree. So I think getting Caterium would be quite important. In my mind, currently, honestly, more important than actually starting out, well... not start now, but continuing to optimize. So let me open the bench here real quick. Got a bunch of stuff still in the tractor. We've got a bunch of stuff in our inventory. My hope would be that this is enough to set up whatever we need. Wait. Before we do this, if we don't actually have a Caterium thing set up, I would love to actually have the expanded power infrastructure stuff. So let's go and trigger that. I need a little bit more copper wire, and I will need some 200 modular frames. Hopefully we have that many. But that would be quite worthwhile. I'm going to go grab a bit more copper wire because obviously we're going to need that for different stuff as well. Not just for research. And I will go have a quick look if we can get the modular frames from over in the factory. So, give me a few minutes. I shall be back right away again. Alright, we are back. And I do have the modular frames. Luckily, we did have a full container full of them. Probably bottlenecked something else now through, but at least we've got the expanded power infrastructure, which is going to
Milestone
be
reached.
lovely.
After several pioneers started exhibiting traumatic responses to power blackouts, Fixit developed mitigation tools recommended by your local therapist. Power storages can hold excess power to delay or prevent blackouts in the eventuality that your factory's power consumption exceeds production. To simplify, these are rechargeable batteries. Power towers carry power lines for significantly greater distances than poles, facilitating factory expansion and exploitation of this environment for the good of Fixit and humanity.
Yeah, see, this is an interesting one, because I'm quite sure that we already had parts of this unlocked, but I guess things changed somehow when devs updated the game, because we do have these power storages already. Well, at least a bunch of them, so don't really know what's happened there, in that we now don't have any at all. I do find that a little bit weird, but I guess it was due to some sort of update. Why am I doing this to myself? Anyways, just yeeting myself off cliffs casually, not quite sure what the background there is, but apparently I'm just kind of, you know, don't know. I don't have any explanation, but we shall try and make our way over to the Caterium bit that we saw. Yeah, it's very lovely when you just really can just fully close off everything in it. Luckily, we can apparently quite easily make it over lower conveyor belts like that one. So we're gonna go drive off in the general direction. I don't quite know where the general direction is, I'm not going to lie to you. Go and have a quick scan, shall we? I mean, it may be there-ish, or it may be there-ish. Hello, Manta. Oh, it is there-ish, okay. So let's go. We're going to have a wee bit of a look over there. See if we've already tapped that Caterium resource, because that is the one thing I'm not 100% sure about. I think I very faintly remember tapping a Caterium resource over there once, and I do want to make sure that it's not in this playthrough, or, well, I mean, if it's in this playthrough, also happy, because then we can kind of just utilize it. But we do need to check on that, and it doesn't look like that, because I remember setting up some sort of ramp to get up there. I guess we may have done this on an initial version of the playthrough, but then not done it a second time right away. Okay. I am in favor of probably using the other resource, because I think it's a little bit closer to where the coal is that we are currently sourcing. So it would be probably a bit easier also to get power over there than starting out something completely fresh, because that Caterium resource is basically, I mean, it's kind of like up there near the waterfall as far as I remember, so we would have to build like huge concrete structures to even get ourselves up there in the first place. It would be quite a mess. This, well, it's closer to the coal, not close, but closer. Still have to build a little bit to get up there. Let me scan again, because I did lose this one. Bing. Okay. We'll see. I mean, maybe eventually we will need to tap multiple Caterium sources anyways. No idea. Oh! Okay, so we have tapped this one, I guess. Oh, no, we wanted to tap it, and then... Ah, see, this is why we wanted the Nobelisk, I guess. Okay. So, let me go and mark this somehow. Oop. Caterium mining. Mining? Mining? What is mining? Oh, boy. Mining. There we go. Would love to select a different icon. Not really sure which one would be appropriate here, because these all don't seem appropriate. We'll just make it this. No, that doesn't make sense, because then I think it's We'll just make it a droplet. Done. Never mind. Done. Okay, so, marked it. Now there's an enemy down there, so let's get the rebar in. Don't think I have still rebar with me yet. Where's he at? What is that noise? Wind? Actually, wait, let's try a different thing, shall we? Oh, what the fuck? That's my miner just chilling in the middle of that. Oh, there he is, okay. Gotta try out the new stuff, eh? Oops. Helps to aim. Boop! Goodbye! A little bit excessive maybe, but you know. Oh, gotta enjoy our new achievements, don't we? Gotta enjoy the new achievements. Right, now to actually use them for what they were intended for. Not sure if I may be accidentally destroying my little... Oops. Miners here, but, you know. Ow. We'll see. Nope, they're alive. The Caterium block is dead. Good. Very, very good. Now we can finally, properly, mine Caterium. And also pick these up, because we can surely use them to actually go and build a Mark II miner, for which we conveniently have exactly the 10 frames that we need. Good stuff. Okay, so we're going to go put that here. Going to probably just bring the ore back home for now. Yeah, I mean, we could be making the Caterium wire here too, but for me it doesn't make any sense, especially since we probably need to scale the Caterium wire output at the megafactory eventually. And, you know, doing it here and then upgrading the bells all the way, and it's just going to be a mess. So we're going to do it that way more than anything, but what we also will need is a power connection, which means power tower. In fact, can I just connect it to the power tower? Probably can. I don't quite remember. Let's try. We cannot. Okay. Zap. Zip. Wait, no. Surely we can, right? I just started it from the wrong thing. There we go. Yes. Good. Okay. Power tower's turned the wrong way. Don't get triggered. Don't blame me. Maybe blame me. I mean, kind of my fault, isn't it? Anyways. We'll still do it that way. We'll come back to the rest of things in a minute. I will just... Oh my god, the range of these is more than I remember, certainly. I could probably pull it out even further, but I think that's fine for now. And we shall go from there. These also, I will say, weren't me finally getting the zip line thing. Not sure, we just looked at the research a minute ago, but it's not I can't really say I do fully remember if I had already unlocked that or not. We'll have to have a look back at that. Right, this should be fine. Then we can kind of just connect it down here. And that's that. So that should be the miner already powered, basically. And that's why you wanted these towers. Can you see... What a nice change that is compared to setting up these endless rows of mini power pools. Absolutely lovely, I think. Now, we will probably just go for a classical belt transfer stuff. I could probably, you know, set up like automated tractors or other stuff, but come on, I mean, I don't need to overcomplicate things right now. I think, oh, right, hello. That was a bit of a surprise, that. Kind of just stay. Get shot in the butt then. I could probably just stay with the classic. What? Oh, we just stay with the classic setup. We don't want to, you know, use more time than needed here. That's the point. Okay. We could do conveyor belt Mark 4s, but I don't think it really makes sense for Mark 2 miner on a pure thing. It's probably like 240 a minute. So 240 a minute. I think even Mark 3s may be excessive. No, that's actually perfectly fine. So let's do that. Overlapping another object's clearance. What clearance are we talking about here? Because I don't see any overlap in that. Anyways, we'll just pull it up right here. We do have a ramp there as well. Yeah, we do. And then we shall just build an endless conveyor through the landscape as usual. You know, nothing new about this. The question is where we make actual Caterium wire out of the Caterium. I'm kind of contemplating to start kind of just doing stuff separately outside the megafactory, but close to the megafactory where needed, so we can scale these sort of inputs a little bit better. Then again, we will need the stuff on the floors eventually. I'm not sure, because we don't need it for any production at the minute. Oh, wait. Can't really keep going this way, can I? Because we're gonna have... Okay, let's just do a little turn here. It's annoying, but it is what it is. I want to keep some space for the fuel generators. The thing is, we're gonna need it on the factory floor eventually. For the time being, I'm quite content with just blowing this up. Get myself a bit of space. Can I blow these up as well? Don't quite remember. I can. Lovely. So I think for the time being we'll basically just put a constructor here. Just make some quick wires so we have it. Yeah. And then eventually we will move on to a proper place of production on one of the upper floors of the factory, because I think there's stuff we already saw it in the research there, like AI limiters, other shenanigans, where we can surely actually use the quick wire. And you know, maybe we leave this here eventually just to have like a source for quick wire. Maybe we don't. We'll see. I think we will at some point need like a proper storage facility like we did in the stream playthrough anyways. Where Kristen really very nicely set up a decent system for us. But that, as far as I remember, also required a certain level of filtering to be available, so definitely not going to be something that we can do at this point with the technology we have, I would say. Right. Now, quick wire, Caterium ingots. Oh my god, yeah, of course. That's a smart move, isn't it? Just skip a step and hope that nobody notices, eh? Didn't want that foundry anyways. No, sorry, not that foundry. Didn't want that smelter anyways. Now I left that truck all the way back there with no need for it to stay there. Or any need to go there with it in the first place. But we're slow. We don't have belt runners. I mean, we also don't have belt runners, whatever those may be, but we don't have blade runners yet, so, you know. We are unfortunately slow as heck at the minute. Now, power line. Let's go. Now make me some quick wire, please. Thank you very much. Okay, that should be making us a bunch of quick wire now. While we wait for that to be made, which shouldn't take very long at all, we will go grab the tractor real quick, and I shall be back with you in just a second. Hello, I am back. I found a thing. Didn't take me long. Go away. Thank you. Look what I found. It's a Mercer-sphere. Thank you very much. I shall not say no to that. No clue how I didn't ever notice that.
Our veins nearly touch. He is shy. Notes shall be taken and played.
Yeah. From a certain perspective, your brain looks like it is processing language, but there is no auditory data. If you are hearing voices that are not mine, this is no cause for concern. It is a common side effect of extreme pressure and stress.
Yes, totally not creepy or anything. All normal here, nothing to see. Anyways, we've got the tractor. Probably doesn't make sense to even place a cut here, so let's just drive back together. Maybe I flip it or something, and you guys have something to laugh at me for. Otherwise, it's just a nice little jolly trip back to the factory, where we shall grab the quick wire. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave the tractor here for now. We always see it on the map. We can always just grab it, and that I don't think is enough quick wire yet, to be honest. Okay, so let me just, I'll do a little bit of cleanup. We'll be back in a few minutes once we actually have enough quick wire. Yeah. All right, welcome back. Despite the Caterium going, looks like it is still going to take a few minutes. So I have taken the executive decision that instead of just going to look at Caterium waiting, we shall be doing a little bit of exploration instead, and hopefully climbing this place so we can look at the explodey icon that I placed on top of it. Why ever I even did that, I don't remember in the slightest, because I don't even see a way up here, so I don't know if we've ever been on top of this. Apparently we have, because there's definitely something to explode. Oh! Yes, we all know what's beneath us, don't we? We all know... Oops. Don't blow yourself up now. We all know what's beneath us. Yes! Good old power slug. That's what this is. Okay. We'll always take a power slug. That's always nice. Not what I was hoping for. I was more hoping for quartz, to be honest. So the search for quartz continues, but you know, nevertheless, at least the power slug's gone, and we can remove that stamp. I do want to know what's on top of that. We will have to explore someday as well, but not today. Also, look at that. Berry paradise, or what? Interesting one, most certainly. Interesting one. Okay, cool. Just trying to see if I can spawn anything else from up here, but I wouldn't say I can. Don't fall off. Yes. So, the quest for quartz continues. I shall go get myself to the tractor. And I'll go get back to the quick wire production. And then we shall see each other again once I have acquired some quick wire and we have made our way to the map. Alright, we're back. We're not quite where I wanted us to be, but I just came by these fuel generators and I noticed them turning off and on and off and on and off and on all the time, and I have taken the executive decision to have a quick intervention here. I don't quite know what's going on here. There must have been a rebalancing of some sort by Coffee Stain on generators and fuel usage and fuel production, because I had a look up there real quick. This thing makes 40 cube meters of fuel a minute. These things each use 20 cube meters. So, yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, this doesn't work. I pulled a power shard from one of them. I turned off 2 more. So this should now at least... Actually, no, this is not theoretically matching because this thing's not attached. Good thing I noticed that. So we shall turn this one on. And that should be the theoretical max production of that. So, not even sure that'll work, but that should at least have these 2 run constantly. Because anything else ain't gonna work. At least we have these batteries to somehow, you know, keep us running in times of need. But this whole power construct, I feel like, is actually teetering on the edge quite a lot. So before we really introduce more production, that's maybe, probably something we even have to look at before then. So, yeah, there is that for future episodes. It's just, it feels like the to-do list is just growing endlessly. And, you know, we've crossed off like 2 items in this episode, and I've added like 6 more. I really want quartz. But there's really also no time to get quartz, because we really also need to somehow fix our power, and then we really also somehow need to increase the efficiency of our production so we actually make progress on project assembly, but then we also really I want all this other stuff to progress with. It's a lot. It's typical Satisfactory overload. But at least we have a few Katerian bits, not all of them, because I don't have quite enough quick wire together. But we have enough for 2. We don't have enough for the high-speed connectors. We will go and get the power poles though, which are hopefully going to come in very handily. Those, as far as I know, just basically give us more places to attach to. We can apparently develop those even further, which is interesting. So yeah, a little bit less mess in the megafactory, and then we can get the AI limiter, which I believe is something we need for later bits and parts and bobs then. We will have to see. Yes, that is actually for the smart splitters, which basically, as far as I remember, allow us to filter things. So yes, we want this quite strongly. Also power switches, which, well, may be useful, I guess. Bullet guidance systems are also cool. And a geothermal generator at the end. I haven't seen those yet. That's pretty sick. Yeah, so lots of stuff. But nevertheless, I think the Blade Runners are still behind quartz, so we still very much need quartz. We still very much want quartz. I don't know. I really don't know what we do next. There's lots and lots to take care of, I will say. We also... I don't know where all our coupons went, because I'm quite sure we had at least a few. Surely we could purchase a thing or two here too to support us. Personal lift? Ooh, that's cool. Anyways, yeah, so, lots and lots and lots of things we need. But we will continue and all that and more in the next episode. So, we'll get back to it next time. I think probably fuel plus power is kind of the thing we need to look at first, because it is quite risky at the minute. We do have those backup batteries which keep us in it, but it's on the edge, so we need to increase our output there a little bit. I am thinking we probably look for quartz afterwards. I think we really need it. I may even start looking at a map to see where we may find quartz, or we just explore some more. Let me know in the comments how you would prefer. But I really want Blade Runners. I feel like we're, well, at least you guys are not seeing it in the cutscenes very much, but it's quite a waste of time. The slowness of us running around, the lack in mobility, I think those really get us going a lot faster, so kind of really want those. So I think quartz has to be priority. And then we do need to get back to the megafactory and optimize some more. As I say, I mean, the modular engine's output is definitely not where we need it. We need to get that going even faster. We've done like 10 in an episode now, which I feel like is already heaps better than in the past 2 episodes. But nevertheless, 10 in an episode means that we would need like another 42 episodes until we have that complete, which is obviously too much. And then we still need those adaptive control modules, or whatever the heck those third items are called. So we really need to, you know, work on that a lot as well. But I think next episode we'll focus on getting us some quartz first. We'll hopefully go get those Blade Runners finally, and then we shall go from there. For today though, this has been it. I hope you all very much enjoyed this episode. As usual, if you did, please make sure to go ahead and smash that like button right down below for the YouTube algorithm. And if you're new around here and you haven't done so just yet, also please consider subscribing right down below, as well as hitting that bell icon to stay up to date on all the future upcoming episodes. With all that out of the way though, as usual everybody, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I will catch you in the next episode very, very soon. Ciao.